Once again, good evening, and welcome to the San Benito Consolidated Independent School District regular board meeting. Today's Tuesday, February 11th, 2014. Item number 1, call to order, and we do have a quorum. Item number 2, please respond with present as I do roll call. Mr. Julian Huerta, Vice President.
Present.
Ms. June Aguilera, Secretary.
Present.
Ms. Ana Cruz, Trustee. Ms. Fatima Huerta, Trustee. Mr. Hector G. Leal, Trustee. Mr. Oscar Medrano, Trustee. Dr. Ismael Cantu, Interim Superintendent of Schools. Mr. Tony Torres, School Attorney. Moving on to item number 3 and 4, Pledge of Allegiance to the United States and Texas flags and invocation. This evening we have 2 students from Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary, and I'd like to ask these students to please stand once I call your name. First off, I'd like to start with Areli Aisha Agado. Areli is 10 years old and a 4th grader at Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary. She's the daughter of Robert and America Agado. Areli is the second youngest of 4 children. She has 3 sisters, Amanda, Ariana, and Alejandra. Areli is in the GT program, and her favorite subject is math. She's passed her STAR tests in 3rd grade without any worry or concern. Areli's hobbies include reading fantasy books, such as Land of Stories by Chris Colfer, playing outside, and doing arts and crafts. Areli has received 3 Principals Awards and 2 Perfect Attendance Awards. She's also received a gold medal at last year's Math Olympics. She's participated in Relay for Life, Jump Rope for Heart, and Marathon Kids. Areli aspires to graduate from San Benito High School and then attend Texas A&M University to become a veterinarian. She would like to thank the school board members, Dr. Cantu, and Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary for affording her the opportunity to say the United States Pledge of Allegiance and the Texas Pledge of Allegiance. Also joining us this evening, we have Alejandra Anaí Agado. Anaí is 8 years old and a 3rd grader at Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary. She's the daughter of Robert and America Agado. Anaí, is the youngest of 4 children. She also has 3 sisters, Amanda, Ariana, and Areli. She has 2 nephews and another on the way. Anaí is in the GT program, and her favorite subject is reading. She is currently preparing for her STAR test so that she can pass it without any concerns. Anaí's hobbies are reading books, playing outside, and spending time with her family. She enjoys watching movies, riding her bicycle, and playing on her dad's hay bales. Anaí has received 2 Principals Awards and 3 Perfect Attendance Awards, and she's also received a 1st place trophy for her participation in the Accelerated Reader program. She has participated in the district spelling bee, and Anaí plans to graduate from San Benito High School and pursue a career in nursing. She would like to thank the school board members, Dr. Cantu, and Judge Oscar de la Fuente Elementary for affording her the opportunity to serve the Lord in reading the invocation at this board meeting. With that said, I'd like to ask that everyone in the audience please stand and join us in the pledge and the invocation.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor the Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible. Will everybody please bow their heads? Dear Lord, we thank you for many blessings you have given us. You have given us the gift of life and our health and well-being. At this time, dear Lord, we ask that you bless our board members and Dr. Cantu abundantly and give them wisdom, guidance, courage, and strength. Be with them in their deliberations and help them make wise decisions for the good of all those who have placed their trust and confidence in their leadership. We ask that you help them share their individual and collective gifts with our schools and community, and to give of themselves in ways that make a difference in our family, in our schools, and in our cities. For all of this, we give thanks. Father, in your name we pray. Amen.
At this time, I'd like to go ahead and ask that the parents please stand and be recognized. Thank you for allowing your girls to participate this evening with the pledge and invocation. I'd also like to go ahead and recognize the principal for Judge Oscar de la Fuente, Mr. Diaz. Thank you for inviting these two students to assist. That brings us on to item number 5, special recognitions. I'm going to go ahead and have Dr. Cantu proceed with this item.
Yes, we have, as in every board meeting, we try to bring kids in to show how proud we are of what they do. And they do it every day in different capacities, but we can only bring so many. And we could have brought many, many more to this meeting, but we're gonna wait till March and bring the rest of the kids that we're so proud of. But we've got Ms. Longoria that's gonna be introducing the groups that we have here today. Thank you, Benito.
Good evening. We do have several groups joining us this evening. And the first group on the list scheduled for recognition are members of the Special Olympics bowling team. These are the students that competed in the State Winter Olympics. And they came back with 6 gold medals, 3 silver medals, 3 bronze medals, and 4 fourth place finish awards. Please help me welcome the students. The first one on the list is Angelica Anguiano, senior at San Benito High School. We have Rafael Constante, also a senior at San Benito High School, that placed 4th. And we have Juan or J.D. Delgado, gold medal winner. Mario Garcia, silver medal winner. And we have our Vice President, Mr. Julian Huerta, doing the honors for the students this evening. He has joined Belisa Vecinayas. She's one of the sponsors for the program. The next one on the list, we have Alexandria Hernandez, a senior at San Benito High School, gold medal winner. We have another senior from San Benito High School, Josue Hernandez, bronze medal winner. Ana Jimenez, silver medal winner, junior at San Benito High School. Senior at San Benito High School, please help me welcome Cassandra Jimenez, bronze medal winner. We have a freshman from San Benito Veterans Memorial Academy, Amanda Lopez, that came back with a bronze medal. A senior from San Benito High School came back with a 4th place finish, Maria Guadalupe Martinez. Mark Medrano, freshman at Veterans Memorial Academy, is a gold medal winner. Adriana Ramirez came back with a 4th place finish, senior at San Benito High School. We have a gold medal winner, Miranda Reina, freshman at Veterans Memorial Academy. Angelica Romero, a senior at San Benito High School. Amanda Sierra, a freshman at San Benito Veterans Memorial Academy, got a bronze. And we have some other students on the list. Greg Vargas, a gold medal winner, and Stephanie Zamora, silver medal winner. And these are students at San Benito High School. And we also would like to acknowledge the sponsors. And they are Special Olympics Coordinator Rick Tames. Coaches include Davis Ezel, Cindy Garrett, Cindy Puente, Mónica Ibarra, Jesus Rodriguez, Nora Cisneros, Gabriel Gonzalez, Edward Reza, and Melissa Vicinaez. And I'd also like to acknowledge the Veterans Memorial Academy Principal, Mr. Gilbert Galvan, and San Benito High School Principal Henry Sanchez for allowing students to participate and represent their campus, and also did a great job representing us over there at the state level. Congratulations, everybody. And this particular event took place January the 30th through February 2nd at Austin, Texas. And these are the students that competed and came back with big honors. Thank you for representing our school district and your campus. Congratulations. I'd like to recognize the parents. If y'all are in the audience, parents, please stand and be recognized at this time. Thanks. Congratulations. We have another group of students coming before the board, and these are students that competed in the district spelling bee. And we would like to introduce our top 3 district spelling bee winners. And doing the honors is our school board president, Ms. Ileana Gonzalez. And we have first on the list, Luis Santiago Gonzalez, a first place winner, a 7th grader at Miller Jordan Middle School. Also a 7th grader, but this time the student attends Berta Cavazza Middle School, Jesus Garza III, and he placed 2nd. We have Adrian Julian Garcia, placed 3rd, and he's a 7th grader at Miller Jordan Middle School. And we also have the sponsors for Miller Jordan Middle School, Dr. Cindy Claiborne, and for Berta Cavazza Middle School is Monica B. Ibarra. And Luis Santiago Gonzalez will represent the district at the 26th Annual Rio Grande Valley Regional Spelling Bee, which is set for Saturday, March 1st at Texas State Technical College in Harlingen. And also, I'd like to acknowledge the Director of Elementary Curriculum, Connie Cruz, of the Curriculum and Instruction Department. She's the one that coordinated this particular event. Also, the principals at the campuses, Miller Jordan Middle School Principal, Mary Alice Leal, and Berta Cavazza Middle School Principal, Ray Saldaña. And they are very proud of their students. Parents, if you're in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. Congratulations and good luck to you, Mr. Gonzalez, when you compete in the next coming month. Thank you. We're honored to have several groups from Berta Cavazza Middle School joining us this evening and receiving recognition. These are students that competed in the UIL Academic Meet, which was hosted at Berta Cavazza Middle School. And these are 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students that competed in various events, and they walked away with trophies, and they placed top 6. And they competed in events such as ready writing, poetry, solo acting, science. They also had mathematics, spelling bee, maps, graphs, calculator. So they had a little bit of everything, up to impromptu speaking, skills, and duet acting. Please help me welcome these students from Berta Cavazza Middle School, 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. And we start off with Bianca Lara. Anilu Garza. And Bianca Lara placed second, and Anilu Garza placed third. Second place winner, Leticia Robles. And we have Mr. Hector Leal doing the honors this evening. Erica Mesa placed third. Diego Delgadillo placed third. Alisa Lopez placed third. Fifth place, Angela Padilla. Sixth place is Michaela Garcia. Fourth place is Kayla Ochoa. Sixth place is Aris Naranjo, excuse me. Cassandra Ramirez, placed sixth. Ashton Hudson, placed fifth. Ariana Castillo, placed fourth. Zoe Gonzalez, fifth. Joseph Munoz, sixth. And we have several other students on the list. Diego Delgadillo, placed fourth. Matthew Lugo earned fourth. We have several fifth place finishers, and they are Angela Padilla, Maria Canamar, Diana Arnedo, Jamie Riddell, and fourth place finisher Robert Resendez, and fifth place winner is Leanne Ramirez. I would also like to introduce and acknowledge the UIL sponsors and the coaches: Angel Smith, Rosie Pesina, Antonio Martinez, Natalie Garza, Rene Rodriguez, Ernest Smith, Sylvia Carmona, Julia Aguilera, Mark Naranjo, Linda Lugo, Rosie Vela, Miriam Cavazos, Ociel Guzman, Paula Davis, and Monica Ibarra. I'd also like to acknowledge Berta Cavazza Middle School Principal, Mr. Ray Saldaña. And also, parents, if you're in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. Congratulations on your UIL wins. Thank you, sponsors. Thank you. June Aguilera, the board secretary, will be doing the next honors for Berta Cavazza Middle School, and these are chess team members. They participated in the regional tournament on Saturday, January 25th through the 26th at Veterans Memorial in Brownsville. The team took second place, earning 21.5 points. The top 10 players who advanced to nationals, scheduled for April 25th through the 27th in Atlanta, Georgia, include the following students: Maverick Reza, Dominique Rodriguez, Tamar Garza, Ryan Reza, Aiden Solis. Joseph Munoz. Trey Reza. Polo Stein. Naeli Rocha. And Fausto Vasquez. I would also like to acknowledge the sponsors. They are Nelda Gonzalez, Edward Getzo, and Noe Garza, and the coaches. Also acknowledge the principal of this campus is Mr. Ray Saldaña. Parents, if y'all are in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. And just a quick note, we do have other campuses that are advancing to nationals in chess, and we will be bringing those students before the board at a later time as well from our other campuses. Congratulations, students, and good luck at nationals. Our next board member that is scheduled to do the honors for this next group of students coming before the board for recognition is Ms. Fatima Huerta. And these are students from Berta Cavazza Middle School. And these are students that were named to the all-region band after what they went through the auditions. And they include Elizabeth Sauceda, Amanda Barrera, Michaela Garcia, Robert Resendez, Isaiah Rodriguez, Noah Isasi, Eddie Abrego, and Amanda Montemayor. And I'd like to acknowledge their teachers and sponsors, Director James R. Spence, Jessica Felippes, and Noe Garcia. The principal at that campus is Mr. Ray Saldaña. And again, these are your all-region band members. Congratulations, students. Great job. Parents, if you're in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. Well, we've done UIL, we've done chess, and we've done band. Next, we move on to choir. So they had success in a lot of different areas. Again, Berta Cavazza Middle School, Ms. June Aguilera doing the honors for us this evening. And these are solo and ensemble superior and excellent rating winners. And they include Kayla Quintero, Alexandra Piña, Sabrina Treviño, Naeli Aguilar, Mireya Garcia, Forsythia Claudio, Canada Salinas, Ashley Cárdenas, Alma Garcia, Imiximix Estrada, Bianca Méndez, Sarah Villarreal, Brianna Garcia. Nayeli Ramirez. April Garcia. Michael Garcia. Ryan Castillo. Phoenix Lara. Blanca Vasquez. Trinity Williams. Kayla Claudio. Melanie Ortiz. Allison Ramirez. Ariel Garcia. Brenda Ramirez. Amanda Davila. Christine Herrera. Andrea Solis. Alejandra Rocio. Nicole Lopez. Adela Ornelas. Jaden Alonso. Jacob Rodriguez. Joe Treviño. José Ángel García. Guillermo Gómez. Jocelyn González. Jesse Garza. Bruce Maxwell. Yeah, you can start. Eric Quintanilla. Steven Cortez. Hiram Figueroa. Sam Isasi. Kristen Ibarra. Albert Ramirez. And we have a few more students, and they are JC Zuniga, Matthew Woodard, Jesus Torres, Isaiah Rodriguez, Alicia Hernandez, Evan McCloskey, Matthew Lugo, Melanie Bartazar, Andrea Rodriguez, Mia Longoria, Joshua Herrera, Chloe Rodriguez, Jessie Davila, Kayla Ochoa, Hector Martinez, we also have Salegui Guzman, Giovanna Serrata, Dominique Rodriguez, Gwendolyn De Leon, Tenzia Marroquin, Priscilla Flores, Amanda Barrera, Alisa Banda, Samantha Garcia, Nayeli Quiroga, Ashley Tobias, Neidy Garza, and Guadalupe Gamboa. We have the sponsors and the teachers, Eradio Martinez and Rebecca Escamilla. I'd also like to acknowledge Berta Cabeza Middle School Principal, Mr. Ray Saldaña. And parents, if y'all are in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. Great job, students. Thank you for representing San Benito well. That concludes the special recognition portion of the agenda.
And I apologize if I got in any of your picture shots. I'm so sorry.
On behalf of the board, I'd like to go ahead and just also recognize the hard work of these students. It's very obvious that not only are they focused on their academics, but they also find time to participate in extracurricular activities, and the success that they have accomplished through these activities is very evident. So once again, thank you, parents, for allowing your children to participate in these activities and for maintaining those high standards, not only in academics, but in extracurricular as well. We're going to go ahead and provide the audience an opportunity to go ahead and exit if they need to step out at this time. We do have item number 6 on the agenda, break for a reception. That item will be removed from the agenda, and we will continue with the regular agenda as it follows. All right, with that said, we're going to go ahead and go on to item number 7, Superintendent's Report. Dr. Cantu?
Yes, and I also wanted to thank those parents that made the time on such a cold night to be here. What a commitment, and those kids that also made it. A lot of commitment in this school district. On the overnight trips, on the superintendent's report, the San Benito High School and VMA will compete at the Livestock Show competition in San Antonio on February 17th through the 23rd, 2014. San Benito High School and VMA migrant students university field trip to St. Edward's University Camp, which is a college assistance migrant program. And this is on February 28th through March 2nd, and that'll be in Austin, Texas. San Benito High School and VMA migrant students, March 9th through March 14th to Washington, D.C. And the San Benito High School and Veterans Memorial Academy migrant students university field trip to the college assistance program in Laredo, Texas, and that's March 28th through the 30th, 2014. Under disbursements, we have an item on disbursements, and on item number E, are there any questions on disbursements? And item F, disbursements by organization. Any questions on disbursements by organization? That completes the report.
Thank you, Dr. Cantu. Item number 9, recommend approving the agenda of the regular board meeting of February 11th, 2014 with any corrections and/or deletions. And once again, I'm proposing that we remove item number 6. Do I have a motion to approve the agenda? Motion to approve made by Mr. Leal, seconded by Ms. Huerta. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries. Moving on to the next item. Item number 11. In order to promote efficient meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote through the use of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda shall be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which approval of the consent agenda is had, at the request of any member of the Board of Trustees, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. Under Business and Finance, we've got item 1402A-1, request for approval of the 2012-2013 Annual Financial and Compliance Report. That's fine. Question on item 1402A-1. Yeah, they're here. Item 1402A-2, request for approval to accept financial completion of Frank Roberts Elementary and Landrum Elementary additions. Consent. 1402A-3, request for approval of change of paying agent for unlimited tax school building bonds, Series 2004 and Series 2005, and refunding bonds, Series 2005. Consent. Item 1402A-4, request for approval of the 2013-2014 budget amendments. Consent. Item 1402A-5, request for approval of budget transfers. Consent. Under Curriculum and Instruction, item 1402A-6, request for approval of one of two summer school proposal options for 2013-2014. I'd like to go ahead and make a comment on that one. Item 1402A-7, request for approval of annual measurable achievement objectives, AMAO's Corrective Action Plan 2013-2014. Questioned by me. Under Administration, 1402A-8, request for approval of the May 10, 2014 order of election for the purpose of electing to the Board of Trustees of the San Benito CISD members to fill Place 4, Place 5, Place 6, and Place 7. Consent. Item 1402A-9, request for approval of election administrator for the May 10, 2014 trustee election. Consent. Item 1402A-10, request for approval of early voting clerk for the May 10, 2014 trustee election. Consent. 1402A-11, request for approval of deputy early voting clerks for the May 10, 2014 trustee election. Consent. Item 1402A-12, request for approval of board minutes. Consent. I'd like to request for a motion for the following items to be approved. Item 1402A-2, 1402A-3, 1402A-4, 1402A-5, 1402A-8, 1402A-9, 1402A-10, 1402A-11, and 1402A-12. Motion made by Mr. Leal, seconded by Mr. Huerta. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. We do have questions on the following items under Business and Finance. Item 1402A-1, request for approval of the 2012-2013 Annual Financial and Compliance Report.
Real short, yeah. Just a balance sheet and.
Okay, my
fund
name is Rob
balance.
Rodriguez. I'm with Long Chilton, and we met on Tuesday, February the 4th, to review the audit report with the Finance Committee. Our opinion was a unmodified opinion, which is a clean opinion, which is what you would expect of the district. If you turn to page 30, that's the balance sheet, which shows in the general fund you had about $36.2 million in total assets, which include cash, property tax receivables, and due from state. You have about $16 million in liabilities and $2 million in deferred inflows of resources, bringing your total fund balance for the current year to approximately $18 million. If you turn to page 32, for the general fund, you had approximately $96.8 million in revenues for the year and approximately $90 million in expenditures. And this is just the general fund. It doesn't include all the funds of the district. The total funds of the district, you had $115.7 million in revenues, which include local revenues, state revenues, and federal revenues. Total expenditures for all the funds was approximately $112.6 million. For the general fund, you increased fund balance by approximately $743,000 from $17.2 million to about $18 million. So it was an increase in the current year. So I don't know if you want me to go through the whole report, but that's basically the funds of the district. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We did have a finance meeting earlier this week, and we did go in depth in getting more information regarding this report. So this was just a brief presentation. And if any of the board members have any further questions, you were given a booklet with more information. In addition to that, I know that they'll be available to answer any other questions.
You accept the annual financial information that we received from
I have a motion on the floor right now to go ahead and approve item 1402A-1, made by Mr. Leal, seconded by Mr. Huerta. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. There was questions from myself. Under curriculum instruction, we're going to start with item 1402A-6, request for approval of one of two summer school proposal options for 2013-20, there's a correction there, 2014. We did have a meeting again, a curriculum meeting earlier this week, and it was brought to our attention, the summer school proposal. And in that meeting, we went ahead and discussed the compensation for any staff members who will be assisting us with summer school. And during that meeting, I went ahead and requested from Ms. Sanchez that she draft up two options, option 1 and option 2 regarding the summer school proposal, where we could consider compensating our staff at a higher rate so that we can be competitive with other school districts. And I know that Ms. Sanchez went ahead and worked on that. Do you want to go ahead and present that?
Yes, ma'am. Option 1 is the option that we present every year with the 5-day summer school and the teachers pay at $25 an hour and administrators at $30 an hour, $35 an hour. The option 2 now is extending the summer school day to 4-day week so that teachers can have and students can have the weekend, the extended weekend, and also paying our teachers at $35 an hour, which is the rate of districts around us, and administrators at $40 an hour, and all clerical and paraprofessionals at $12 to $15 an hour, depending on their rate. So that's the difference between option 1 and option 2.
One of the suggestions, like she said, that we went ahead and discussed during that meeting was that we condense it to a 4-day work week. It's obviously going to require that the students be here at a longer period, but they'll be able to make more efficient use of their time if it's a longer day. In addition to that, the compensation has been set at $25 an hour for quite some time now, and if funding permits, I did ask that we go ahead and consider raising it from 25 to 35 specifically for the teachers, which would also affect the hourly, the clerical, the hourly, and the instructional aides, as well as those administrators.
Yes, ma'am, and the funding does permit it because we're using federal funds. We're not using any local money. We're using Title I, state comp, extended year services monies. So it does afford it. And I want to say that for several years now, our teachers have been asking for an increase in the summer school pay and tutorial pay so that we could be comparable to our districts around us. So I'm very pleased to present that option.
And just for the record, the compensation increase is not going to interfere with the monies that are being allotted for the instructional program, right? As far as like resources?
Absolutely not.
You have to make a motion for either A or B.
For option 2. Madam President, I'd like to make a motion that we go with option 2 for, in reference to item number 1402A-6, approval of the summer school proposal options for 2013-2014.
I have a motion on the floor right now to go ahead and approve option B, which does allow for an increase in the compensation for summer school and any extended day tutorials. So at this time, I have the motion made by Ms. Aguilera, seconded by Mr. Huerta. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Brings us on to item number 1402A-7, request for approval of annual measurable achievement objectives, a Miles Corrective Action Plan 2013-2014. And I'd like to ask Dr. Greer if she can please come forward. Thank you, Dr. Greer. We had a meeting, this was one of the items that was discussed in curriculum, the curriculum meeting, and I know you went ahead and made those revisions that I had asked that you make so that it's more specific, because this is a plan that needs to be handed over to the state for review. So one of the questions that I did have on there is on Exhibit E2, and this is on the Miles report. It states that you're going to hire teachers during summer school to provide focused English instruction to students with a TELPAS rating of beginning or intermediate in grades 3 through 5. So my question is that a lot of these kids, ELL students, are usually the ones that require summer school because they didn't meet SSI. So my question is that going to be done in conjunction with the regular summer school, any LEP or ELL interventions, or is that going to be a separate program where they're going to be taken away from the SSI interventions?
No, they have to attend this SSI intervention. We have been providing these services to our students for the past 2 years. This is our 3rd year. And this is the first time that our ALL students will have to attend SSI. This particular program for the extensive English or intensive English is for our students that are beginners and intermediate. And because of the length of the day, we will be able to provide both. It just has to be scheduled and coordinated.
Okay, on that same item, you also stated that you're going to go ahead and provide students a post-test. Are the teachers that are going to be administering the post-test going to be trained? They're bilingually certified trained teachers, or are they just going to be the regular teacher?
No, everybody has to be trained. We provide professional development on the pre-test, and actually what we're going to be using for pre-test is going to be the STAR, whatever results we have from, not the STAR, but the principal stated that they wanted to use the information from the school year and pass it on forward, and so that they won't be tested so much. During the summer, we only have 15 days, 16 days. And so they will do that as a pre-test, and as a post-test, we're going to be doing an oral language proficiency test and determining their proficiency level to see if there's an increase.
Okay, so that brings me to the next question. Normally, when the kids test, the SSI students, the 3rd through 5th, once they finish their test, then they're dismissed from summer school.
Correct.
These ELL students, because they're going to be receiving the intense interventions, does that mean that they're going to be excused, or are they going to be required to continue the summer school to be receiving those interventions?
These students are not necessarily required. We invite them, and we hope that they attend, and we expect our principals to speak to our parents. But we cannot force them to stay. However, we do encourage them strongly to stay.
Does anyone have any other questions? No. Thank you, Dr. Greer. With that said, I'd like to go ahead and make a motion to approve item 1402A-7. Motion made by myself, Ms. Gonzalez, seconded by Mr. Leal. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. That brings us on to item number 12, closed meeting. Discussion under the authority of the Texas Government Code 551.071 for the purpose of a private consultation with the board's attorney on any subjects or matters authorized by law. 551.074 for the purpose of the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. A, report on personnel. B, employment, resignation, retirement. C, discussion and possible action on interim superintendent's contract. The time is now 8:02 and we're enclosed. The time is now 9:53 and we are reconvening an open meeting. Under item A, action on items discussed in closed session if necessary. Dr. Cantu, you had recommendations to present?
The administration recommends the individuals discussed in executive session for employment, resignation, and retirement.
Oh, second.
I have a motion on the floor to go ahead and accept the recommendations for personnel as provided by Dr. Cantu, made by Ms. Huerta, seconded by Ms. Aguilera. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries. We also went ahead and discussed interim superintendent's contract in closed session. And the board went ahead and discussed any changes that are going to be reflected on the new contract. And this will take effect March the 4th. I'd like to go ahead and make a motion on this item. And I move that we extend Dr. Cantu's contract for 3 months and compensate him at a rate of $550 daily. Motion made by myself, Ms. Gonzalez, seconded by Mr. Huerta. All those in favor? Aye. All those opposed? We have four and one abstain.
Yeah, Madam President, I know that we spoke in executive, and we were kind of, I had made a comment to him, like, at our finance meeting, that some of the agenda items weren't really on there, so the board is now, was looking back at them. So, you know, I want to ask for a motion that we, rescind the voting for 1402A-11 to be looked at into more, which is the request for approval of deputy early voting clerks for May 10th, 2014 trustee election. Just to look at it more and then put it back on the agenda, because I know this wasn't something that was brought before the committee and was just kind of put on the agenda right now. So the board would like to look into it more.
Is that gonna interfere with any of the?
I'll have to check on the timelines. I mean,
It's gonna
we just, you know, the concern, I guess, okay, you didn't get it in advance. The concern is some of the people on that perhaps are.
I'm not sure. What are the concerns, Ms. Chun?
That's a concern I have, like, about, you know, who's on it and all that stuff like that. So I had asked Tony, and he said that the timelines aren't, I mean, we're not anywhere approaching, like, the timeline for that. But, like, as going out for the election, and the fact that we already have Emma as a deputy, that's fine, but as far as, like, the clerks, since we're not anywhere near, like, the actual early voting or voting timeframe, we're still within the timeline for the guidelines that we have to meet there. So, I mean, we can just call a meeting, but just so that the board can kind of, you know, be told, like, you know, who's there and what's gonna happen and things like that. That way we can make sure that we're well aware of what's going on. We just found out about Emma's job today, you know, so I think we wanna.
Well, it's been that way for the last 10 years.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It's always been like that, but we all wanna find out who the
Yeah, I just
people are.
have some questions about it, so,
I have a motion on the floor right now by Ms. Aguilera, seconded by Mr. Huerta, to go ahead and rescind the previously approved item 1402A-11, and this item is specific to requesting for approval of deputy early voting clerk for the May 10th, 2014 trustee election. All those in favor? All those opposed? Motion carries 5-0.
Who seconded that motion? Okay.
Okay, with that said, that brings us on to item number 10. The time is now 9:58, and this meeting is adjourned.